Nina and I have both been lucky to have met a new friend. This is Katsue, and she is from Japan. She's been in the United States for almost 4 years and been attending Clover Park for 2 years. We both learned a lot about her, but today we'd like to share with you some information about her family, the Japanese education system, and her culture.
I have learned about my new friend Katsu and her family, and there are some things I want to share with you today. She has married an American guy for almost 4 years. She met her husband online, and they were communicating by sending emails to each other. These are her husband and her. Her husband went to Japan to take her to the United States, and they were knew each other for 1 year before they got married. Her husband is 79 years old, and he can't walk and he can't drive, so she taking care of him. And from her words, I got that he is a really nice guy. And also, she's a mother of 6 grandchildren, 6 children, and she has 15 grandchildren and 15 great-grandchildren. And her stepchildren are Robert, he's 55 years old. This one is Robert, he's 55 years old. Ellen, she's 54 years old. And Kathy is 53 years old. David is 52 years old. Marjorie is 51, and Michael is the youngest one, he's 50. And every one of them are married and have their own families, and they live all around America. Also, she has a cat. Her cat's name's Mama-san, and she's 10 years old, and she's from Japan. Also, Katsu is really outgoing person. She likes to travel somewhere. She likes to travel all around the world. She has visited only Asian countries, but South Korea and Hong Kong. And she was there for about 3 times. And her dream is to go to Hawaii, Italy, and to go around Europe. Also, she likes to hang out with her family and her friends. She likes to cook, and her favorite food is mixed American and Asian. And for every dinner, they have rice and vegetables, and she likes fish and sushi. On the weekends, she cleans the house, she washes clothes, and also on weekends, like everyone, she likes to rest and watch movies. Also, she has a really big family, and her family is like a tree. This is a tree of her family, and she has a book of her family. This is the book of her family, and this book has around 1,000 years. 1,000 years of her family. And her opinion about a man is that Japanese men are more respectful and are more gentlemen than Americans. And her parents are. These are her parents, and they live in Japan.
That's why they all live together, they don't fight. Same brain, same name.
As I said before, Katsue has been attending the ESL class at Clover Park Technical College for almost 2 years. I was interested in the education system in Japan, so Katsue told me a lot about it and the different school levels there. Japanese schools after junior high are almost all exclusively public. Less than 5% are privately owned and run. Up until junior high school, students study at the school in which the area or district they live in, just like here. Senior high schools have overlapping areas, just like in the United States. In Japan, there is a great amount of competition among the high schools for the best students in a particular area. Over 1/4 of senior high schools are private, which proves the extent of the competition in the higher levels of Japanese schooling. Parents will pay substantial amounts of money for their kids to get a good education. They do have kindergarten in Japan, although it is optional for students. And that word? That's kindergarten. Elementary school. For 6 years, from age 6 to 12, Japanese students attend elementary school. Almost all Japanese children enter at this stage, although some have already experienced kindergarten. Uniforms are standard in Japan. So the small children with bright yellow baseball hats, bright yellow umbrellas, and bright yellow raincoats, etc., those are the ones from the elementary schools. And elementary school.
小学校
Junior high schools. From ages 12 to 15 is the most important stage for the upbringing of the Japanese child. Results at junior high school can determine entry to a good senior high school and eventually a good university and career. In junior high, children usually stay late at school. At this age, these children are very busy with various clubs and activities as well as studies at a juku, which I'll talk about in a few moments. And then junior high school.
中学校
Senior high school. The peak of pressure for a student in the Japanese school system is from 15 to 18 years old. Entry to senior high school is by an entrance exam, and that determines the level of high school you're at. So in the entrance exam also determines how good of a college you get into. Preparation for the exam itself, of course, is usually through attending a good juku. To get a place at the best university means that a student really needs to go to the right senior high school. So the entrance exam can have a major impact on the future and career of Japanese students. Although not compulsory in Japan, over 90% of children attend senior high school. In some cases, where students are already working full-time, they may attend an evening school instead of normal high school. These classes run in the evening, and instead of the usual 3 years, it takes 4 years for them to complete the high school education system. Students attending evening schools seem to be far more socially mature and attentive students because they have a job or something during the day that prevents them from going to school during the day. And that is senior high school.
高校は高等学校
Juku, in other words, cram schools. A child's school day does not end with a school bell like here in the United States. After all the extracurricular activities, most children also attend cram schools called juku. These have extra lessons which may be used to push bright students further or help others catch up to the crowd. The classes may run until late, and a 12-hour day is normal for a Japanese high school student, and this is before homework. Junior colleges. Nearly 90% of students who attend junior colleges in Japan are female, while only 40% of university students are female. This is one of several imbalances in the Japanese education system. I also asked Katsue what are some of the differences she's observed between schools in her country and in this country. Between students in this country and in her country. She said American students have and express their differences and opinions a lot more than Japanese students. Japanese students are a lot more quiet and tame than we are. After Katsue is done with her ESL class, she wants to take American history here at Clover Park.
This is the flag of Japan, and this means like to raise the sun. The circle, it means to raise the sun.
The most common type of household pet in Japan are dogs and cats, just like here. The most common religion is Buddhism. And then a few holidays I thought were kind of interesting that the Japanese celebrate are the second Monday of January is called the Coming of Age, and the Coming of Age is 20-year-old men and women is celebrated on this holiday. February 14th, Valentine's Day, they celebrate it, and women give chocolates to men on Valentine's Day, and then they also have on March 14th they call it White Day, and it's the opposite of Valentine's Day, and men give cakes or chocolates to women. I thought that was kind of interesting. May 5th is Children's Day, also called Boys Festival, and August 13th through 15th is called Obon, is a festival to commemorate deceased ancestors.